Good morning, student. This is my first lecture, which is to be delivered online, and my subject is Business Stats of BCom second semester and BBA second semester. So, from the very first lecture, I will start the topic of theory of probability. So, today we will go through the basic concepts of theory of probability. First of all, we will start from the meaning of probability. The word probability has its origin in the game of chance, just like gambling, throwing of a coin, रोलिंग अ डाइस और ड्राइंग कार्ड्स फ्रॉम अ पैक ऑफ कार्ड्स, जहाँ पे हमें सर्टेन नहीं होता कि ये इवेंट होने वाला है और उस इवेंट के होने के कितने चांसेस हैं, देन ओनली इन दैट केस वी विल यूज़ द पर्टिकुलर वर्ड विच इज़ प्रोबेबिलिटी. अगर मैथमेटिकली हम चेक करें, प्रोबेबिलिटी की वैल्यू हमेशा 0 से लेके 1 तक आती है, बिकॉज दिस इज़ टू बी एक्सप्रेस्ड इन द परसेंटेजेस और डेसिमल फॉर्म. ठीक है, द probability can never be more than 100%, or the value, when we will derive mathematically, the value of probability will come from the 0 to 1. So second thing, बेसिक टर्मिनोलॉजीज विच इज़ रिलेटिंग विद द प्रोबेबिलिटी. कौन कौन से टर्म्स हैं जो प्रोबेबिलिटी में हम ज़्यादातर यूज़ करते हैं. प्रैक्टिकली समझने के लिए पहले हमें गो थ्रू करना पड़ेगा कौन कौन से वो टर्म्स हैं एंड व्हाट आर द मीनिंग्स ऑफ दीज बेसिक टर्म्स. फर्स्ट टर्म इज़ रैंडम एक्सपेरिमेंट. बेसिकली एक्सपेरिमेंट क्या है? एनी एक्सपेरिमेंट परफॉर्म्ड अंडर द नॉर्मल सर्कमस्टांसिस विच कैन बी रिपीटेड अंडर द सेम कंडीशंस एंड हुज आउटकम कैन बी लिस्टेड शैल बी डिस्क्राइब्ड एज अ रैंडम एक्सपेरिमेंट. एग्जाम्पल, टॉसिंग ऑफ अ कॉइन और रोलिंग ऑफ अ डाइस. सो जब भी हम कोई एक्सपेरिमेंट करते हैं जो हमारा ट्रायल है, जिसको हम बार बार सेम ही कंडीशंस में रिपीट करते हैं, दैट विल बी आर रैंडम एक्सपेरिमेंट. सेकेंड इज इक्वली लाइकली इवेंट्स. So the events are said to be equally likely when one event doesn't occur of often than the other, means both the events are having the equal chances to happen. For example, in tossing an unbiased coin, head and tail are equally likely, that is having equal chance, and in throwing a fair die, all the 6 faces are equally likely to come. Third one is sample space. Sample space is a set of possible outcomes. Example, the sample space of a tossing of a coin has 2 possible outcomes, that is head or tail. So here the sample space will be head and tail. Fourth point is event. Event is a collection of random experiments. Example, throwing a dice is a trial and getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 is an event. Means जब हम डाइस थ्रो करते हैं तो उसमें 1 से लेकर 6 तक कोई भी फेस आ सकता है. That face will be called as event. Fifth is mutually exclusive event. What are mutually exclusive event? Two events, suppose 2 events are there, A and B. They are said to be mutually exclusive if the occurrence of A excludes the occurrence of B, and on the same time occurrence B excludes the occurrence of A. Means when 2 or more events cannot happen at one time, then they will be called as a mutually exclusive event. Sixth is mutually inclusive events. So mutually inclusive events are just opposite to the exclusive events. Here the 2 events mutually occur or they have some outcome in common. Means, for example, in this Venn diagram, A and B event means there are something common. Some outcome in A event and B event are common. Next one is favorable cases. What are the favorable cases? Favorable cases are the outcomes which entails the happening of one event. जो भी कोई event हो रहा है, if we want to check out the favorable cases, means how many times the same outcome will come. Next one is exhaustive events. Exhaustive events means total number of events happen at one time. For example, in tossing of a coin, there are 2 exhaustive events. One is head and other is tail. So symbolically it can be expressed as A union B is sample space. Next is independent events. Independent events are those events which are not dependent upon one another. For example, if a coin is tossed 2 times, the result of first throw do not depend upon the other. Means अगर फर्स्ट टाइम में हेड आ रहा है तो नेक्स्ट टाइम में हमें नहीं पता, इट मे बी हेड और इट मे बी टेल. नेक्स्ट, डिपेंडेंट इवेंट्स. This is just opposite to the independent events. When occurrence of one affects the occurrence of the another event. For example, if a ball is drawn and it is not replaced, then the draw of one will depend upon the other. अगर हम एक in this case both the draws are depending upon the outcome of another. Next is approaches of probability. Students, there are many approaches to discuss the probability. Number one is classical, second is relative frequency, which is known as empirical theory, third is subjective approach, and last one is axiomatic approach. So firstly we will discuss about classical definition of probability. Classical definition क्या है, इसमें हम we will use the formula which is equal to PA. PA is the probability of A event which is equal to P upon Q. P is number of favorable cases and Q is total number of equally likely cases. So with the help of this formula we can also do the practical question. Example, from a bag containing 10 black and 5 red balls, a ball is drawn at random. So if we want to find out the probability that the ball will be red, अगर हम find out करना चाहते हैं कि क्या probability है कि वो ball red ही हो. Now this is a bag and here random ball is to be chosen. जब हम randomly select करते हैं उस केस में दोनों की chances equal होते हैं. Black भी हो सकती है, red भी हो सकती है, and it depend upon their number. So how to solve? First of all, total number of cases are 10 plus 5, 15 balls in total. अब हमें रेड बॉल्स की निकालनी है तो हम उसके इवेंट्स चेक करेंगे. रेड बॉल्स टोटल हैं 5, सो नंबर ऑफ फेवरेबल केसेस इज हियर 5. सो 5 डिवाइडेड बाय 15, दैट इज यूजिंग दैट फॉर्मूला, नंबर ऑफ फेवरेबल केसेस डिवाइडेड बाय टोटल नंबर ऑफ इक्वली लाइकली केसेस. द वैल्यू ऑफ प्रोबेबिलिटी इज 0.33. So we can say that 33.33 chances are there. The ball which is selecting by us, it will be red. So that was a part of probability. In this lecture we have discussed the basic terms. So now the other part of the theory of probability will be discussed in the next lecture. Okay.